stop scrolling, because what you are about to hear might stay with you longer than you expect. In the 1990s, in a quiet part of Kuwait, there lived a woman named Noura. She was not just a singer. She was known for one thing. She only sang at weddings. Her voice was soft, emotional, and people believed her songs brought happiness. Every night, she performed at celebrations full of laughter, music, and life. But one night, something completely different happened. Her phone rang. It was late, and the room was silent. She picked up the call. On the other side was a woman, but the moment Noura heard her voice, her body froze. It didn't sound normal. It echoed, as if it was coming from deep underground, from somewhere far and buried. The woman said, "Tomorrow is my wedding. You must come and sing." Noura hesitated. She had other bookings. She tried to refuse, but the voice continued. "Name your price. We will pay you double, even triple." There was something strange about it, something that didn't let her say no. And without fully understanding why, Noura agreed. The next day, a lodge car arrived at her home. Noura and her all-female band stepped inside. At first, everything felt normal. They laughed, talked, and prepared for the performance. But slowly, the atmosphere changed. Noura looked into the mirror in front of her, and suddenly, her smile disappeared. Her reflection was not there. She blinked again, still nothing. She turned her head, confused, uneasy. Then she looked outside the window. The sun was bright, the desert was glowing, but the car had no shadow. Her heartbeat started rising. Something was wrong, very wrong. Then she slowly looked toward the driver. He had eyes, but no eyelids. He never blinked, not even once. Noura felt a chill run down her spine. The car kept moving, deeper into the desert. And after a while, it didn't feel like they were driving on a road anymore. It felt like the car was going down, as if the ground itself was swallowing them, deeper and deeper. Time felt strange, almost like it had stopped. Finally, the car came to a halt. In front of them stood a massive structure. It looked like an old mansion, broken, silent, abandoned. But at the same time, it felt alive. The walls looked like they were breathing, slow, heavy, unnatural. Noura stepped out of the car. Her legs felt weak, and then she heard a voice near her ear. "You cannot go back now, only forward." Her heart pounded loudly, but she had no choice. She walked inside, and what she saw was impossible. The hall was filled with guests, hundreds of them, but every single chair was empty, because the guests were floating in the air, not sitting, floating. No one spoke, no one smiled, only silence, and eyes watching her. Then she saw the bride and the groom. The groom's neck was twisted backwards, and the bride had no face, only dark smoke, moving slowly where her face should have been. Noura wanted to run, but she couldn't. She started singing, her voice shaking, her hands trembling. One song, then another. Time passed, but no one clapped. No one reacted. Instead, every guest slowly turned their head toward her. At the exact same moment, and a voice said, "Sing louder, your voice guides us." Her fear kept growing, but she continued, because stopping felt more dangerous than singing. Hours passed. She was exhausted, her voice was breaking, and then that same voice from the phone came closer. "You don't just need to sing, you need to give something more. Now, it is your turn." In that moment, Noura understood. She was never meant to leave. This place was not for humans. Suddenly, the guests began to move, dancing wildly, losing control. This was the moment Noura signaled to her team, and they ran through the dark hall, out of the mansion, into the empty desert. They ran without looking back, their breath heavy, their hearts racing. After a long distance, they saw a car, a normal car, with a normal driver, a human. He gave them a ride, and somehow, they escaped. When they returned to the city, they told everything, every detail. But when people went to that location, there was nothing there. No mansion, no road, nothing. As if it had never existed. Some people say she attended a wedding of jinns. Others say it was just a story. But one thing is certain. Noura never sank again. And years later, she died, still haunted by that night. So if you ever hear a voice calling you in the middle of the night, don't answer. Because not every invitation is meant for humans.